Morning, everyone. This is my last day of holiday, and I'm wasted it. I'm wasted at doing all this. But there you are. It's one of those things where I can't sleep the night before I go back to work. So therefore, if I don't get things straight in my mind, then it's insomnia for me, and this is something which has been making me anxious. You see my red skin there? It's terrible, isn't it? Okay, this week we've had no replies to the exercises. It's only week one. This is kind of the normal situation, as a matter of fact. One poor old student has attempted to put an attachment in on the email, but it hasn't come through. So I've got nothing really to talk about in terms of the subject materials. But that doesn't mean we can't talk about anything. What have I got from the login figures, let's say? Well, I've got 10 people on this module so far. 10 people have signed up. Now, of those 10 people, a full 3 still haven't logged on. That's going to trouble you, isn't it? You know, if you're the teacher, that's like someone not showing up on the first day. But never mind, phone calls will be made. We'll see what the score is there, because as you all know, the hardest thing about this course is actually getting on the escalator in the first place. Some of you have more difficulties than others, but it is a clunky system. Once you're in, it's okay, but it's a clunky system, all right. The lowest login times clocked in at 13 and 14 minutes, which, come on ladies, come on, that ain't gonna do. I mean, of course, you can come back to it. You're not obliged to do it all at once, but I like to see some progress during a single week, you know. People are on nights, people go on holiday and all that stuff, you know. You've just got to retain flexibility. The highest login was a whopping 4.5 hours. Well, that's pretty good going too. I mean, that's well in excess. And in my mind, how I think of all of this is as follows: that you get your lecture, the discussion with Christopher Nicholson, and that comes in at just over an hour, just around about the hour mark in most cases. And then you've got some exercises, and with the thinking and the reflecting and the writing of these, I conceive that this is going to take us up to roughly about a morning's worth, which is what a student would get if they showed up to class. And the fact of the matter is, if you did a couple of hours work to yourself, or 1.5 hours work, answering these questions, you'd be pretty much up there with the people who show up in class face to face. So no work as yet. Try and keep up week by week, and I'll tell you why that is. For me, reading it, I like to comment on people's work, but if we get dysynchrony, what you might call dysynchrony between people who are doing lesson 1, people who are doing lesson 2, people who are doing lesson 4, then it makes it hard to make any reasonable statements about the work that's handed in. So try and keep up. It's been asked, do you need to have an Athens statement? No, you don't. In the electronic handbook which I sent you, there is a section on how to go in through the hospital library and log on to any publication you're likely to need. We have in our electronic library. So what you do is, I've showed you how to do it in the screencasts that I've sent you. If you're having any trouble opening them up, just give us a shout and I'll send you another one. But the trick is that you use our hospital library from a distance, and there's anything that you want there. And if there isn't, you just ring me up, you just email me, and I'll see what I can do from my end. But we are now at the end of the first week, ladies. There were a week's worth of questions to be answered there. Come on, the more you put in, the more you'll get out. Hate to chivvy you, but there you are. It's my job. It's what I get paid for. Now, what I'm looking forward to this week is a cascade of contributions. Don't forget the Facebook page. Go in there if you want and you know, get off the normal track and communicate with each other. Why not? It's what I did it for. Other than that, I'll see you next week, and I will see you next week. So speak to you soon, ladies. Get your pens out. Ta-ta.